Hey everyone, Nikisha Henry here at the 9th Annual Exception Women of Color Conference taking place right here in Sacramento. So I have the pleasure of interviewing our guest note speaker for this morning, Compton Mayor, that is just amazing to say that, Mayor Asia Brown. First of all, thank you so much for joining us for this conference. We are honored and thrilled to have you here. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here. I've been excited. Could barely sleep last night, so I'm looking forward to connecting with the women today.
That is so awesome, and the women are definitely looking forward to hearing you speak this morning. I know I am. I will be there with pencil and pad in hand, ready for everything that she has to share with us this morning. So I want to talk a little bit about, first of all, politics. When did you decide that was going to be your journey?
I didn't decide this journey. This is a part of God's purpose that He put in my life, and it's something that I didn't want to do. But I knew that I was called to do this maybe about 2 years before I actually ran for mayor.
Okay.
And I was really focused on the work and just being diligent and obedient and doing everything that I needed to do. And as I began to really affect change and influence grows and problems arise and you're looking for solutions. And when I asked other folks to run, he said no, and God said, I already told you to do this. And He really used my husband to confirm. He said, you were born to do this. So He really encouraged me, and I just stepped out there by faith, and here I am.
Right, and that is something that's amazing because you mentioned that diligence, right? A lot of times we find issues within our communities, our schools, we find all of these issues, but a lot of times we won't step up to resolve the issues or be a part of the resolution. So as far as the diligence is concerned, and you saying that God placed that on your heart, what obstacles did you face because sometimes we make a determination, right, this is what we're going to do, but then you have a lot of naysayers out there, or a lot of people, especially being a woman and woman of color, they already have doubts just because of the outward appearance, so to say. So what were some of the challenges that you may have faced just in the very beginning before you could even step foot on, getting started?
I think the biggest obstacle for me in my experience is yourself. And so once you overcome yourself, people in the world and assignments are easier. But I can tell you that being a young woman and being the second female mayor in 40 years, it was a shock to the system, and many people embraced it, or most people embraced it, obviously, but some people didn't. And even once I stepped into that leadership role, there's always adversity, and when you're affecting change, that is a passport to conflict, so you have to be prepared for that. The biggest thing that keeps me focused is the mission, and understanding that when God calls you to something, He's going to equip you, and He's going to prepare you. He's going to make your pathway straight, and you just have to continue to move forward, press, and when you can't even move anymore, you just have to stand. And so it's been an amazing journey, but I can tell you it's really about making sure that when you're seeking a position, it's not because of the position, but it's because of the work that you need to do through that position. And so once you do all that you can at that current level, then it's time to move to another level. And so when you're really focusing on the work, and that's what centers you, that's what's going to keep you going, because emotions and things and challenges come, but the work has to center you. And so it's really about just being vigilant, diligent, and knowing exactly what you're called to do and doing that, because when you're walking a path, there's going to be things that try to knock you down, but you have to just keep going.
Absolutely. See, Asia's taking us to church this morning. We know it's Saturday, but we're having church a little early, and I love it. And I think having faith, a lot of times people say, faith and religion and politics don't mix, but they absolutely do. And I think it's necessary, especially in today's climate. But so tell me a little bit about your great city of Compton. Now, you are the youngest mayor ever, correct? Yes. So tell us some great things about the city and some of your initiatives and what you're doing there.
Absolutely. Well, our city is growing. We're a young city, and we have really experienced huge economic growth. Our unemployment rate dropped from 18.9% to 8% in just 4 years.
Wow.
We welcome Fortune 500 companies. We have new youth initiatives, new investment from Compton influencers that are now bringing their resources and money and time back into the community. We have robust youth programs, sports. We just passed the actually in 2015 a sales tax measure that is our vehicle for transforming our community. And so now we have the funding to repave every street, add lighting, restore our parks. And so we are embarking on a massive renovation for our city, and it's an exciting time.
That is super exciting. And then I just want to, what advice would you give? Because a lot of times, as you stated earlier, it's hard to get past ourselves. And there are young women out there, especially women of color, who can't seem to find the motivation or the inspiration to get past themselves, to step into what God has called them to do. What advice would you give them to get past that fear?
The biggest thing for me is once I found my purpose, it really propelled me forward to act. And even when you're going to be scared sometimes, you're going to be discouraged at times, but you're going to have to continue to press. And once you know your purpose, it'll continue to propel you forward. And so my advice to everyone, men, women, girls, boys, is just really find your purpose first, and you can start with your passion. I'm going to talk about that more today,
right.
But it's really about living a purpose-filled life, because regardless of the challenges, the obstacles, when you know your purpose to do something, then you know that you're going to achieve it, overcome it, and it'll help you push forward even when things seem like they're not going to work out. But that's when you're really at the edge of your breakthrough. So I always tell people, if you're discouraged, you're right there. Just keep pressing. And so and that's what it's all about.
That is amazing. Keep pressing. And lastly, if there's anyone who wants to connect with you, or be in partnership with you as far as some of your initiatives that you're doing for Compton, how can they do that and connect with you?
Well, to connect with us, we're all on social media. Our Instagram and Twitter handle is Asia L. Brown. We're also on on Facebook, Mayor Asia Brown. You can see a lot of the work that we do. And then you can go to our website, visionforcompton.org. You can download our 3-year report and really learn about all of the initiatives that we have and see how you fit into the 12-point plan.
Yes.
And then lastly, email us. Email us at contactmayor@comptoncity.org.
Okay, that is so awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Asia. It is a pleasure.
Thank you.
And I cannot wait to hear your keynote address. I will
I'm
definitely be front and center.
Thank
Mayor Asia Brown of Compton, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
You're awesome at what you do.
Thank you.